welcome back. Jackie's in for the second half of the program.
Yes, I'm here. I just feel silly going welcome back all the time after you've already welcomed everyone back. But if it makes you feel uncomfortable, I could say, welcome back.
Welcome back. So, this week, something sad happened. Depending on your definition of sad.
Mm-hmm.
The 72-year-old Guiding Light was canceled.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, well, it's because I told you.
Yes, you right.
I know, we shouldn't let them on to that. I don't know. So the 72-year-old Guiding Light got canceled.
It's a long time for a show to be
on. It's the longest running program, I think, including, because it started out in radio, obviously, and then it went to television. I think it's been on television for a little over 50-something years, which is it's a long time.
I know, yeah.
I think the only show that's been running longer than the Guiding Light was the Today Show. I think that's not a scripted show. It's the longest running scripted show.
Yeah.
They're still looking for other places to sell it and to try and get it, either put as a web show or get it put on another network online, or another network on cable. But
that should have been
it's sad, really.
I know, it's very.
It's one of those things that it's another thing that kind of America was built on. I mean, in a way, because soaps are a very American thing. They started out on radio, and it's another thing that just kind of is going away. You've got the motor companies going, Ford Motor Company and GM, and all of them are in trouble. You've got, big industry, big banks, all going away, and now you've got, these institutions that we've been watching for, I mean, some people's grandparents were,
Some people have grandparents younger than that show.
Which is, well, depending on their age, it's not that sad, but for us it is.
Yes.
I mean, I know my mother's a big fan of it, my aunt's a big fan, my grandmother used to watch it when, she was younger, and it's just, it's sad to think about. And, because now there's only 7 daytime soaps left on TV.
They're a dying breed.
They are, I mean, just 20 years ago, there were like 14 or 15 of them on at one given time, so it's, I don't know.
I guess maybe the networks are oversaturated with them, and after a while they
no, I think the problem was because their height was in like the 80s. It was before everybody really had cable, and now you've got so many other options to watch in the daytime, plus so many people now have to work, both sides of the family.
Yeah.
So you can't really, sit down in the middle of the day and watch them. And also we have a really flawed rating system. As if the ratings, the Nielsen ratings are just god-awful. I mean, we've had them since television was practically, born. And it hasn't changed. And, that's why so many great shows get canceled. I mean, look at Pushing Daisies.
I know, that was sad.
A wonderful, wonderful TV show that a lot of people watched and loved and got canceled because it had lousy ratings. Ugly Betty, a huge show, was on the verge of getting canceled because of its ratings, and the ratings only come from a small margin of people who these people, if one person is watching it, it equals like 100,000 people that are watching it, which is a really unfair way to decide because you don't know what people's preferences are.
Yeah, I mean,
and all of that. That's why like CSI might be the #1 show, but maybe Desperate Housewives really is the #1 show, and more people are watching that.
But they don't know
because their sampling is so small compared to the nation as a population.
Larger sample size, people.
This from a nearly registered psychiatrist.
5 years from now.
Doctor. But yeah, it's I guess it's all sign of the times. Everything's going away now.
Hopefully you'll still.
CBS, the network, the whole network of CBS was told to slash all of its show's budgets. Everything from CSI, their biggest show, the biggest show in the country, to 2.5 Men, down to all of their
I guess the reason why is because if the companies who buy up advertising are doing badly,
I mean,
then they don't have as much stuff coming in. It's only the real, and it's like you watch a television show, you see the same 3 commercials for the same 3 products over and over again.
So like how much can they buy, how much
How
can
much
they put
can
into
they
it?
buy? And that equals how much their budget is.
Yeah.
If companies buying up advertising is doing well, then they have to price advertising slots appropriately.
It's also why
It
so many
just
people are
goes
being
downhill.
asked to take
Salary cuts.
salary cuts, which I find a fine thing,
Yeah.
because I'm sorry, but you can live comfortably on less than $1 million a year. It's not difficult. It really isn't.
And you should just, in that kind of industry, you should be happy that you have a job.
You should be happy that you have a job, and you should
In
be
any kind of
and you
industry
should be
nowadays,
saving-
you're happy.
and you should be
You have a
saving your
job.
money. You shouldn't just be living and going out. You should be, I mean, when you have that kind of income coming in,
Mhm.
what's to stop you from saving it and putting it away?
I know it's very tempting for you to just like spend it all, because we're all programmed to think, more money would make us happy, but it's only up to a point. So if you live within set range that will make you happy, allow you to be comfortable, know you have food on the table and a couple of luxuries here and there,
Yeah.
sock the rest of the way, then when you lose your job, which will eventually happen to anyone, you have this comfortable thing,
God forbid.
God forbid, and then, maybe you'll have some put away for your next of kin, or in case of a rainy day or emergency,
Yeah.
you'll have that nice
Yeah.
set of
and
money on the side.
that's why, I can't understand when celebrities go broke.
And, yeah, it's just,
Because, maybe you didn't need the $3 million home. I don't know. I don't think that you need to have that much space. You just don't need it. Like,
or like adopting kids like
Candy,
crazy.
Candy Spelling, Aaron Spelling's wife. Now, she can afford it, and whatever, that's fine, but she put her house on the market for $150 million. She doesn't know how many bathrooms are in the house.
Yeah.
She legitimately has stated she doesn't know how many bathrooms she has. It's like,
Do you need that many
she has a
bathrooms?
gift wrapping room. If you don't need that much space, what possesses you to just, status symbols have gotten really out of hand in this country. And it's disgusting. It's nice to have nice things,
Yeah.
but but you are going to a point where you're having obscene amounts of things.
Mhm.
And there needs to be a happy
Our
medium.
society just kind of supports it, because we have like shows like Cribs and,
Mhm.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous and all these things, magazines that show, oh, look how glamorous this person's
Mhm.
life is.
And so many,
They're going to foreign countries to get all these different things, adopting like a child from 5 different African countries, which granted I understand they need help over there,
but that's their own country's issue. If you can't, I
Well,
understand
why
I understand going in and helping out occasionally, but if
Yeah.
you can't
where's
sustain
the
your
rate?
own country, what gives you the right to go out and show other countries how to work themselves?
Raising awareness is fine and all, but there's stuff here. There are starving people here
Why are we?
that we need to raise awareness for.
And if we can't even afford to feed them, what makes us think that we can afford to feed people
Help
in
other
other
people.
countries? It's really a strange thing, because I think it's just because America has become the go-to when you have an issue.
Yeah,
We can't do that anymore like we used to be able to.
yeah, because
So
many
where
issues
do we
here.
go from there? Tell them no. It's like a small child. You have to tell it no, because if you don't, it'll come back to you with the same problem. It'll get larger and larger.
Yeah.
Help
others when you can help yourself, basically.
and which is sort of goes along with the theme of Easter, which is coming up. It was a terrible segue, but I didn't have anything else to do. We're running out of time. I don't know what to
Easter.
say anymore. So Easter, what are you doing?
Well, the day before, I'm spending some time with my parents and whatnot. My mom's gonna cook up this ham, which is a tradition of my family. Don't know why. And then Easter itself, we're going to, go to Mass, and then we're going to visit my Aunt Joanne and my great uncle Al, who's a
Okay.
priest, and he baptized me, so I have to behave myself. He will tell on God.
Tell God on you.
Yeah, he will tell God on me.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great night. Have a great week, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.